Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to your January 2024 astrological forecast. And you know, I'm doing all signs for this month, a monthly report, and I will always do all signs for the weekly forecast. But in the future, I may only do monthly forecasts for certain signs, because these signs, it's like not just my channel, but kind of across the board. There seems to be certain zodiac signs they're just not interested in astrology or even tarot. Okay, so there you'll notice that some tarot readers even only do certain signs, and that's why, you know, if the sign isn't interested, then it's just really not worth putting up a video for them. So like I said, in the future I will probably only do certain signs for monthly, but I will always do all zodiac signs for the weekly and other things also. But anyway, so this month, the month starts off with, on the 1st, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius. Finally! Yes! Mercury direct. Okay, so that is something to look forward to, especially having a retrograde period during busy holidays and trying to travel and all that stuff. Trying to get in touch with people, not always that easy. So if you are having problems like that, they'll start to smooth out. In fact, you may even be receiving some packages or cards or something or other this month that you should have gotten last month. Okay. On the 4th, Mars leaves Sagittarius and moves into Capricorn. On the 11th, there's a new moon in Capricorn. On the 13th, Mercury moves into Capricorn again. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Aquarius, and on the very same day, Pluto moves into Aquarius again. I will be doing a video on Pluto in all the signs. Pluto in Aquarius for all the zodiac signs, okay? On the 23rd, Venus moves into Capricorn. Up until that point, it is still in Sagittarius, moved there at the very end of December, on the 29th. And then on the 25th, there's a full moon in Leo. And on the 27th, Uranus turns direct. So, thank you so much for your support, your continued support. Thank you, subscribers, and thank you so much for checking on me. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, okay, and click on the notification bell, and you'll be notified each time I upload something. And also check out the links below in the description box. One is to my website, and there is another one called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. Okay, so now for your forecast. Happy New Year, Taurus. So, welcome to your January 2024 forecast. Let me see here. Mercury turns direct on the 1st in Sagittarius in your 8th house. That's where you have Sagittarius. Okay, Venus is here up until the 23rd. Excuse me. It just moved at the end of December. Okay, so it's in your 8th house, along with Mars in Sagittarius up until the 4th. So, your 8th house is your house of, well, it's your house of other people's money and resources. It's the house of death and rebirth, regeneration. But this is the house of any financial institution, inheritances, legacies, legal money from a legal settlement or insurance payout or tax refund possibly. It is shared property that you may own with someone else. It's also shared debt, okay? But if you own bank accounts with someone or credit card accounts, something or other, okay? So Mars has been here since like last month, so you've been pretty active in either going after money that belongs to you or something that belongs to you. You know, someone may have borrowed something from you. It doesn't always have to be money. Resources could always be not just monetary. It could even be people, someone that's supposed to be helping you with something But someone could have borrowed something of yours, like equipment or clothing, anything, okay? So you may have had a hard time getting it back, and Mars here helped you to do that, or is still helping you to do that. Same thing with any problems that you may have had with any financial institution, like a credit card company or a bank or something or other, or just trying to get your money, period, or just trying to get what belongs to you. Okay, when Mercury turned retrograde and fell back into your 8th house here, because it was already in Sagittarius, but it was in Capricorn, okay? Then was in direct motion. When it turned retrograde, it fell back into Sagittarius, so it was bringing up a past issue or something that had already occurred, and it is in regards to money or possessions or something like that, okay? So somebody could possibly be reviewing it again if you needed to get help, with something that is occurring in this house. You needed to alert somebody, get them to help you in some way, correct something possibly. And with Mercury direct on the 1st means that, finally this thing should clear up. It really should clear up. Having Venus here means that possibly, if you had to deal with a financial institution, they're not always all that helpful. And it was around the holidays, maybe, when you contacted them, they couldn't be bothered. They were busy. They were leaving early that day. Okay. When Venus is here like it is now, okay, people are far more willing to help you. And they're actually maybe going to give you a deal on something, or tell you the best or most inexpensive way to do something or other. I always tell people, whomever you get on the phone, if they're not answering your questions or they're not solving your problem, just hang up. You already know that this person either doesn't have enough knowledge or experience, or they're just lazy and they don't want to do their job. So just hang up and call on another day at a different time, so hopefully you don't get that person again, okay? So if you had anything like that happen, now it's better because Venus is here and somebody's willing to help you, okay? Also, though, with Venus here, people are giving you stuff, okay? You could be on the receiving end of all kinds of, like, gifts. Doesn't have to be holiday gifts. This is the house of legacies and inheritances also. So even a family member or somebody that just wants you to have something of theirs. Could even be something that you've admired, like, for years. They could just give it to you. Or somebody could even, like, have you in mind when they're out shopping. They might see something that they know you would really like, or it could be something that you even collect, So you don't, like, just because the holidays are over doesn't necessarily mean people aren't still giving you gifts of some kind. You always have to remember you still have Jupiter in your sign, in your 1st house, along with the planet Uranus, which will be turning direct on the 27th, by the way, okay? It won't affect you too much right away, because it does take a while for Uranus or any of the slower moving planets to really kick in and be effective. But, Jupiter is your planet of good fortune. Coupled with Uranus brings sudden and unexpected good fortune. So it could even be something like that. Could be something, that surprises you in a way. Okay? But just, it doesn't necessarily have to happen this month, but somewhere down the line, okay? So it could actually just be things being put in motion at this time. Okay, so on the 4th, Mars leaves Sagittarius, moves into Capricorn in your 9th house where you have Capricorn. There's a new moon in Capricorn on the 11th. Mercury moves here on the 13th again. Remember, Mercury was already in Capricorn last month, okay? So this is a revisit, but it's in direct motion, so it's kind of like a shoring up of whatever was going on. Venus moves here on the 23rd, okay? So your 9th house is the house of legal matters. So it could have been something going on with that, where maybe somebody owes you a settlement, okay? And they were just dragging their feet or dragging out the lawsuit possibly. But that will get, you know, a burst of energy here. You know, you could have started to pursue something like this when Mercury was in Capricorn last month, okay? Or somebody could have even contacted you. Okay, the ninth house is also the house of long-distance communication and travel, foreign anything, people, cultures, languages, countries, travel, foreign travel. This is the house of adventure. This Jupiter is the natural ruler of this house, okay? So this is the house of higher learning and just knowledge of any kind. It's also your house of your religious and spiritual beliefs and your philosophy, your outlook on life, okay? Many, many things this house covers, okay? With Mars here, and Pluto is still here, has been here for a long time, okay? It is moving on the 20th into Aquarius. Again, it's been back and forth already, you know, but it will fully move into Aquarius. I believe it's at the end of the year. I'm going to have to start looking at these days before I get on here, right? But anyway, so you're changing, okay, having Pluto in the ninth house. You know, Pluto is the natural ruler of Scorpio, along with Mars. Okay, zodiac signs are allowed to have more than one ruling planet. But anyways, you could have really taken up an interest in something in like a completely different culture. You could have adopted some kind of way of life, or even if it's just eating, you know, or some form of exercise from another culture that's part of your life now. You could have also really changed your views on religion. Religion and spirituality, they could be completely different than what you grew up with. Okay, so all of these planets here, though, I believe that you'll be in contact more with people, again, who live at a distance or even in another country. Because you have Jupiter, the travel planet, and Uranus transiting at the same time in your first house, opportunities to travel should pop up like quite often. And this could be one of those times with all of these planets here in this ninth house. You know, you could have all kinds of offers. It could be work related, but it could, you know, be either or. I'm sure you'd find some way to have fun. Having Jupiter in your sign means that you're supposed to try new things. You're supposed to have opportunities to try something you've always wanted to do. So it looks to me like this is one of those times. You know, it is either possibly to travel, or you are just learning something completely new that you always wanted to know. There could be someone actually showing you how to do this. You could have an outright apprenticeship, but you could actually either have found someone that you know knows how to do whatever it is you wanted to learn, or you just found like videos, let's say like even on YouTube, and you're learning from something that way. Whatever, you're expanding your mind, okay, and your interest. And the new moon here around the 11th, I think that you might hear from somebody. Phone call, card in the mail, possibly a little gift or something from somebody who lives at a distance, okay, or in another country. This is media and publishing, this house, so it is an internet house. You may be online a lot more at this time. You could be very active in any kind of group that you belong to on social media. So that could even be how your contact is with people in another country, okay. The Sun moves into Aquarius on the 20th, along with Pluto moving into Aquarius on the same day in your 10th house of your career and your professional and personal status. The 10th house is your most public house, but it is basically your career. But if you're retired or you don't work at all, this is also your clout, your reputation, your public status, how people view and speak about you. Okay, With Pluto moving here again fully by the end of this year, means that whatever you're possibly learning now or doing now, you may use that in some way or other to, if you are currently in some, you currently work, even if you're self-employed, whatever you're doing is going to affect large groups of people. That's what Pluto does, okay? It reaches large groups of people. Okay, so you could be doing something that's very progressive, because the sign of Aquarius is very progressive, okay? With the sun here, you're getting a lot more attention, okay? You're in the public eye, even if it is just on social media, but if you are a celebrity, you're definitely in the public eye. And along with this Pluto, it's giving you power. That's what Pluto governs, is power. Also governs like governments, okay? Military, whatever, something like that. So you could actually have contact with someone in one of those fields. But you could be put in a position of some kind of power. If you're a politician, I would have to say that that this would be the time that you would really be out there and being very effective, okay? There is a full moon, though, on the 25th in the sign of Leo in your 4th house. It's directly across from your 10th house of Aquarius. They are opposite signs, okay? 4th house is your personal life, your home life, where you live, the people you live with. It's also your past, your childhood, how you were raised, okay? So there just could be something going on at home. That's all. It's kind of temporary. Because right now with the sun being here, especially with Pluto, possibly just placing you in a position of power, your career would come first, and your family may not like that, or if you have a roommate, they may not like that, or whatever. You know, your personal life is put on the back burner while your career or professional life comes first. But again, even if you're retired, you're still known for something or other. So this could be your personal clout or prestige, okay? A position of even fame. 10th house is fame, also the house of fame. So there's definitely something going on here, and it's pretty powerful. So I think that's it here, okay? The best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Taurus on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Scorpio, and those dates are the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 14th, 15th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for money is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time for your career, I can't even talk, is the 12th and 13th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So Happy New Year to you. Remember, you still have Jupiter in your sign up until May. And even when it leaves your sign, it will go into your 2nd house of Gemini, the house of money. And you are the natural ruler of the 2nd house, okay? So just good fortune all around, but be sure to use it. Use, you know, as much as you can from now up until May, your personal, for your personal wealth even, okay? Don't forget to check out my weekly forecast. Goodbye.